want to start a life with you. And I want you to be my wife. Carly Waddell. Will you freaking marry me?
Viewers really got to see Evan and Carly, their first connection, their friendship, and eventually the love that blossomed between them. It was really a story that we were able to follow from the beginning.
It's fun, it's an adventure, and you know, she's growing so much every day. Like every day she gets more and more alert.
I'm also exhausted, but exhausted in like the best way possible. I'm just so in love.
Bachelor Nation first fell in love with Evan and Carly back in 2016 when they met on the set of Bachelor in Paradise. Evan had previously had his heart broken on The Bachelorette and Carly on The Bachelor. When they got together, it was really fun to watch.
I went on like The Bachelorette, had a terrible time, looked awful on TV. And I was like, why not I'll go to Paradise. It's not gonna happen because I just look terrible on TV, but I'll try it anyway.
I love you so much. I love you so much. You put this. Oh my God. You like it?
Evan and Carly continued to share their relationship with the world, and eventually they got married on national television by the one and only Chris Harrison.
Carly, do you come before this gathering of friends and family to proclaim your love and devotion for Evan? Do you pledge to remain loyal to him?
I do.
Shortly after their wedding, Evan and Carly announced the exciting news that they were expecting a baby. They even shared the ultrasound on After the Final Rose.
Here's the little head here. Oh, little baby Beth. So since it's too early in your pregnancy, I don't see the gender, so that's okay.
I'm gonna be great with whatever it is. I'm nervous that it's a girl because I don't know what to do with the girl.
If it's a girl, it'll just be such an adventure for all of us to try to figure out how to even deal with that.
Isabella was born February 15th at 1:58 p.m. We were actually supposed to induce on February 15th, and I woke up in the morning with some cramping. We were supposed to leave at 5:30, so we were waking up at 4:45, and at 4:30 I realized that my water had broken. And so I just thought it was really crazy because I was like, this girl is already trying to be in charge. She's like, I know you're trying to induce me, but I've got this. I'm doing it on my own. And that's very like me. We went to the hospital and we basically went right in. I mean, I said my water broke, so they couldn't turn me away. And we went right into the delivery room. Evan was like, don't be the hero, get the epidural. And I was like, okay. So I got the epidural and it felt amazing. And yeah, the delivery happened super quick. It was obviously my first kid, so we had one of our friends come in the room and she was hanging out with us while I was getting all of my contractions happening and not really feeling them. And she was like, so how are you feeling? And I was like, I don't know, I kind of feel some pressure. And she's like, maybe you should tell that to the nurse. The last time the nurse checked me, I was at 4 centimeters. And I was like, I think I'm feeling pressure down there maybe. And she's like, well, do you want me to check? The doctor should be here in I don't know, 30 minutes. I was like, you can check, I don't care. And she's like, oh my gosh, you're at 9 centimeters. I gotta call the doctor. You're about to start needing to push. And I'm like, what? So that was pretty crazy because it just happened so fast.
She had the cord wrapped around her neck. She was a little bit purple, so the doctor grabs her, and it was right before she was about to cry, and he grabbed her by the torso and was like, she's strong. And then almost instantaneously, she starts bawling her eyes out. She's like, ah, there's the strongest cry. And it was so perfect. I love that the first word said about Bella was that she's strong. So.
My favorite moment though was they hand you the baby for skin to skin. And I was like, it's okay, Bella, it's okay. And she looks over, while they're putting her on me, looks over at me and stops crying and then just lays on me and doesn't cry. And I was like, oh my gosh. And my mom said that she had the same moment with me, that she was like, hi, Carly. And I just looked at her and she was like, I'll never forget that moment. And I was like, Mom, I had the exact same moment with Bella. And it's like she knew my voice and she knew I was her mom. And we had this like instant connection, and then she totally calmed down. And she nursed within 30 minutes to an hour, which is crazy.
Yeah, she sure did.
Evan helped me with the nursing. He would take my boob and stick it in her mouth.
Yeah, I was a fantastic lactation consultant.
I needed help.
And maybe changing careers. Carly is definitely taking the brunt of, you know, the nighttime feedings and changing. She's actually let me sleep.
Evan's favorite thing to say is, like, I'll be like, you know, I obviously didn't sleep at all last night. He's like, I know, like, I woke up for like 5 minutes and like that just really throws off my schedule the next day. And I'm like, excuse me, you woke up for 5 minutes and that's throwing off your schedule?
It does, I can't help it.
When it came time to name their little baby girl, Evan and Carly had a clear favorite.
I have been obsessed with Beauty and the Beast like my whole life. When he said Isabella, and I was like, oh, you could call her Belle, and you could call her Bella, and I was like, I'm sold. And we actually don't call her Isabella. We really just call her Bella, but we left it Isabella just because it's more romantic and sophisticated for when she's older.
Yeah, and then the middle name, Evelyn, that was my grandma's name. It was kind of a perfect middle name, strong.
And she is kind of already running her family. So.
She is running our family, absolutely. I really, you know, was like, hey, we should call her Evan, because I think Evan is a cute girl's name too, as well as a boy's name.
It is, it's also your name.
And so I thought that would be kind of interesting, but I got shot down quickly. I mean, I made a strong social media campaign to try to get Evan. And I had 3 people that were behind me, so.
Strong crowd.
Thank you, 3 people.
We made flags and rallied, but it didn't work. This is our little play area as opposed to nap area. Mm-hmm. This is our toy shelf and our bookshelf. And these are actually all of my toys from when I was a kid. So this is my favorite doll, Stephanie.
Oh, Stephanie.
Stephanie's seen better days, but I mean, they kind of match, actually. We learned how to swaddle on my Cabbage Patch doll. I wouldn't say we're the greatest at swaddling.
It's either she's really good at escaping
She's
swaddles.
the best escape artist.
She always gets out.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably because we're just not very good.
Evan and Carly aren't the only ones adjusting to life in the house with a newborn. Evan is also a dad to 16-year-old Nathan, 12-year-old Liam, and 9-year-old Ainsley.
I really hoped it was gonna be a girl, like so badly, because I wanted to see what it was like being an older brother to a little sister, and it's been amazing.
I love holding her and like, well, I like not being the youngest.
Hopefully she doesn't get any boyfriends, because that would not be okay with 3 brothers. So, yeah, hopefully she won't get a boyfriend.
Evan and Carly also have so much support from their Bachelor family. There were actually a lot of guests from the franchise at their beautiful baby shower, which took place just a few weeks before Bella was born.
Caitlin and Sean came to visit us in the hospital, and Caitlin is like the baby whisperer. I mean, she has such an ease with kids. She has way more of an ease than I do. She was just holding her, patting her on the butt, talking to us, and I'm like, Caitlin, like, this is ridiculous. First off, you need to have babies like right now. And 2, like, how did you even get like this? I'm so in awe of the way she is with children. She's got it. Whatever that is that you get, she's got it. And then Julia actually just moved here. She's dating Evan's brother. So she lives 2 exits down. She obviously has met Bella and loves her. And Jade is coming in like 3 days and staying with us for the weekend. We're so excited to have her here.
Carly is definitely taking the brunt of, you know, the nighttime feedings and changing. She's actually let me sleep.
Evan's favorite thing to say is, like, I'll be like, you know, I obviously didn't sleep at all last night. He's like, I know, like, I woke up for like 5 minutes and like that just really throws off my schedule the next day. And I'm like, excuse me, you woke up for 5 minutes and that's throwing off your schedule?
It does, I can't help it. Life doesn't get any better than this. We've got 2 girls, and it's complete.
Evan and I were walking down the street the other day, and he was pushing Bella in her stroller, and he's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for when we're pushing her in the stroller and she's a little bit bigger, and then you have a belly again. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? So he is already thinking like next kid, and I'm still on this kid.
So I think the next few years for us look like, you know, more babies.
But maybe only one.
Well, maybe one more baby,
then another dog.
Yeah, we've got to settle in too. We were pregnant. She was pregnant almost immediately after, we were married. And so I think the next few years we're gonna settle down, grow some roots and sort of see what life has for us. Maybe one more baby.
Just one.
Or two.